that you are the great-grandson of Anjungun, therefore you must conduct your life with honor and dignity.
I always knew that I had to uphold his virtue and honor in my life.
My grandfather's name came up on our chapter, and he was actually written down as a traitor. I remember coming home and crying my eyes out.
I sometimes look at a lot of the younger generation seem to. I grew up in a small town where there's a large Japanese population. I was constantly, as far as I can remember, I was being reminded by both Harmony and Abuji that you are the great-grandson of Anjungun, therefore you must conduct your life with honor and dignity and must never do anything to dishonor the family name. My father was extremely strict.
I remember taking a history class in Korea. I think it may have been 5th grade. My grandfather's name came up on our chapter, and it wasn't a kind. At that time, I think it was not written correctly, the history, and he was actually written down as a traitor. And I remember coming home and crying my eyes out, even though I did know what I read in the books were not true, but it was, school text, so you had to take it for what it was.
I always knew that I had to uphold his virtue and honor in my life. So I tried to follow his guidelines and his philosophy in going to school, making sure I worked hard, serving in the military, working hard, and having a great career, and still support some of the Korean culture that's happening in Hawaii and participating in some of the events.
I sometimes look at a lot of the younger generation seem to
Korea.
mixed feelings. I think a lot of Korean people, the average Korean person, if you were to show them an independence fighter picture, a lot of them would not recognize them, could not name that person, and I mean that saddens me.
너무 비참하고 마음이 무거워서 말이 표현이 안 되더라고요. 이렇게 한국 사람이 대접을 받았기 때문에 우리 아버님이나 어머님 같은 분들이 생명을 내놓고 싸우셨구나 하는 걸 새삼 느꼈어요. 젊은이들이 좀 더 애국심에 대해서 좀 더 알아야 되겠구나 하는 거를 느꼈어요.
And they always ask the question, are you from North Korea or South Korea? And the answer I always say, my father would also say, is there's only one Korea. I am hoping, that is probably one of my greatest dreams, that one day I will be able to step foot on a unified Korea, and that I would be able to look at the heavens and say, great grandfather, you're hopefully we can return you to a united Korea, because that was one of his last wish, to be buried in a united Korea.
I think the best thing I can do is be thankful for the freedom that we do have because of these people, along with my grandfather and grandmother, and just know its value and make sure no one ever takes that away.